thinking when to begin. I have to shut the door. I'm not going to be on very long. You coming in? Not going to be on very long. At least I hope not. I hope so, but I hope not. I need to clean. I want to clean my car. I want to clean my car. So I was just thinking, and I figured I was just going to share what I was thinking, what I was doing at the moment. Something old, something new, something upgraded from the past, from a piece that I did many years ago. I was reading the scroll, you know, I was coming down to read the scroll, so I did that scroll trick. Let's get rid of this. Let's get rid of that. Let's put this one up over here, that up over here. Okay, so good afternoon. Who's here? I'm here. Maybe Lawrence is here. Lawrence. Don't know who's here. I'm just going to be taking this and moving it over to my YouTube after this. So instead of doing a live on YouTube or uploading it after, I just may as well just sit here. And if somebody has a question, what I'm doing, I'll find a moment to answer that question. I know no one's here right now, so someone has to watch this somewhere else in order to see what I'm going to say next. If I've been on any one of your lives, you know, I mean, even Snow White, right? They should make me into a cartoon character. Yeah, so even with, what was I saying? Yes, so if I showed up in your live, if you invited me to your live, if I was up on your live, I would appreciate if you can somehow get me that live so I can download it and re-upload it on my YouTube channel. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Yeah, where was I going with this next? Okay, so I'm going to start with this right now. I'm going to show you what I'm doing over here. I think I'm going to put up the board and see if the board works. Which it's a balancing board, all right? It's a balancing board where I can see that. Whoop! I can take this board here. Hold on a second. Yeah, and let's see. And so we can see my page here. I don't have to hold the camera. I'm just looking down right now, see where we are, see where the center is. Okay, so I started with 3 and 24. Now, these are my guidelines. If you don't know what I do and you're here for the first time, because I know what I'm doing exactly right now, okay, and I'm going to be doing a Sudoku. I'm going to be doing a number shift. I've never done this before. I'm going to show you a number shift on Sudoku. I'm going to move all 81 numbers and still come out to the same calculation, but in a different fashion. So give me 1 second. We're on. Okay, so here's the 3. But to create that 3, I need the combination of 1 and 2 coming together over here. So when that happens, I create the 3. I create the 3 over here, and I create what on this side over here. The opposite side of the 3 is the 4. When I flip this over, you'll see 3 and 4 on one side, 3 and 4 on the other side. So far, so good. The reverse alphabet, okay, of all letters, A through Z equals 1 through 26, equaling to what is 27.351 plus 27, equaling to the extremity of this. Why? Because I'm putting something in the center of it. I'm putting something in the center of this. So far, so good. So now the reverse alphabet of what is C is X24. The reverse alphabet of what is 4 is D 23. Why did I choose this number? A and B must come together to create C3, right? When you add 4, okay, to this, okay, D, it becomes this. But when you add it all together, A, B, C equaling to what is 6, when I add the 4D, okay, it equals to 10J. This is your separation between your 7 and your 10. Your upper, okay, and connecting houses at the 7th gate. The reverse cubes are all 7. The extremity of, where is it? Yes, because we're working with 2 cubes. The extremity, okay, of the 2 cubes is 10. When you have 10, you have 44 as well with 77. What does this mean? Every single one of these dice, now I have to explain like 20 years of work here, so I'm going to try to just like back it up a little bit because it's a lot of information. You know, the face of this cube has 9 areas. 9 areas right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. The single area of the cube will occupy the single area of the cube. There'll be 8 around it. When you look at the number 2 of this cube, when you ignite this dot, you ignite this dot. So that's your 2. If you want to put 3 in there, right, we can put the third one in there. But before I do that, we have 1 to the heart position. We have 3 to this corner, 3 to this corner. So we have 1 heart value of 1. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 edges valued at 2. That's 8. That's 2, 4, 6, 8, and 1 is 9. We have 2 corners valued at 3 equals to 15. And then we have these 2 corners over here equal to 6. 15 versus 6, 1, 5, 6. In Rubik's Cube, there are 26 cubes times 6 sides equaling to 156. When you have 12 years passing at 13 moons, you have 156. There are 6 sides to this cube by 26 equaling to this, but the cube is not made up like this. If it was Rubik's Cube, you would have 6 to the heart, and you have 1 rotator. Rotasator opera tenant. Taurus. You will have 8 to the corner times 3, and you will have 12 to the edge times 2. 6, 24, 24 equals to 54. So you have this number over here, and this is equivalent to this, to the 6th rotator of the heart. That's Rubik's Cube. So when you have this, you have 7 to the center of what is 2. So when I showed you those numbers before, you are going to have 22 and 55. V for life. This is communication 10-4. The communication 10-4 as 6 and 4 is going to be reverse 3 and 1. Did you know the separation of the alphabet, right, is between 3 and 4 is the corridor? I'm going to do this again. A, B, C, D equals to 10. A, B, C equals to 6. B, C, D equals to 9. So far, so good? So far, so good. So what we do over here, when we do use the ABC, which is 1, 2, 3, I will now reflect it off of what is 7, 8, and 9. This will equal to 24. The ABC will equal to 6, equaling to the 3 above to the 3 below, and the separation, okay, will equal to 6 times 4 equals to 24, which equals the house is 421, so it has to be represented as the quarter house. It has to be represented as the quarter house. If the quarter house is here, in order to bring the quarter house back together, you need 85 over 25. Just want to see something. Okay, 8 and 2 is 10. 5 and 5 is 10. We need to bring it back to 10 to understand the diameter of separation. When you get into 85, it is 4 parts of a house. Everybody shares the nickel. Everybody shares this one over here. Everyone shares this one over here. So where were we with this? Yes. So when we come to the A, B, C, D, the reverse of this, okay, is going to be 6, 7, 8, and 9. And this is going to equal to 30. The lower equal to 10, the upper equals to 30. And this house is 3 to 1. This one is 3 to 1, adding the fourth. This one is 4 to 1, only with the 3. This one is 30 versus 10. This one is 24 versus 6. 103. 51, 52, 103. Mercury, 103. September, 103. September, special month, the 39th week. The 273rd day, or 3 times 91, to equal to 273. When you add 1 through up to 13, okay, like I drew up here, it's number 91. It's the first half of the alphabet. The half of the alphabet has a separation between 3 and 4. It has another separation at 7. How does this work? Yeah, I don't like to draw over my stuff here, but okay, so what this is this is a 7 scale. And the first part of the 7 scale is 1, 3, 5, 7, 5, 3, and then 1 over here. Why do I do it that way? I notice that when you count on this angle, you cut everything, you split everything between odd and even. Not just the odd and even split. It's this, is when you're counting, you count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, etc., right? Well, when I count that way, when I put these dots down here, and I start to count, right? Oh, did I do this right? I'm missing one here. So when I put the dots down here, and I begin to count on this angle, I count 1, I count 2, I count 3, I count 4. The thing is, when I'm doing this counting, if you take, what was that? When you do this counting, okay, these boxes, right, is getting split right in half. You have the upper and lower of the box. So you have the 1, the 3, and the 5. And between that, the 2, 4, 6 will be cutting everything in half. They'll become ribs. So when I do the same thing over here, on this angle, I create the in-between ribs to these boxes. And now I get 2, 4, 6. And then I do the same thing on this side, 6, 4, 2. And 66 is where we join the 7th gate to 88, to the constellations right over here. And this is the first half of the alphabet. So it becomes a 6, a 1, and a 6 that can also be noted, okay, if you'd like to say, as a 3, 4, 3. Why is this 13 turning into a 10? The counting of 7, in order to bring things to the center, the counting of 7 is, when you say 343, we're going to the center day, which becomes the first day, to what 3, 1, and 3 days are. So it's telling you actually where to go. So this would be the area to go. You need Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, right? But during the week, you have Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday. So we have to understand that whether we start the week on the Sunday, or whether we start the week on the Monday, or whether we go to Wednesday for the week, because this one will be a 5 and 2, this one will be a 3 and 4, and this one will be a 6 and 1. How is it possible that this is 6 and 1? The 6 days of creation, the 1 day of rest, the 5 days of the work week, okay, and connecting to the Lord and the first day. And then this one separates the beginning of what is 343, which is equivalent to 7 times 7 times 7 equals to what is 343, right? Not only that, that when you add it, it also equals to 21, equaling to 364. There's 364 days in 13 times 7 times 4. 4 by 7, 28 by 13 equals 364. The deck of cards, all 13 cards, don't forget. So did we understand what went on here? 2, 4, 6 become the rib of 1, 3, 5, and 7. But note that when we talk about 7, and I might be too fast, so I might ask some questions because I have to question myself whether or not I explained it to myself. You are who I am in the future. When you come to ask me a question, it's like I'm asking myself my own question. And if I can't answer my own question, if you can't ask me a question, and if I can't answer it or replicate it, how can I remember in the future? You are the ram. Here's the 6. Four is in every single card. Ace plays a role. You can see how they cross over the Star of David over here through the 10 card, right? Remember, lines don't have to end. You continue all lines to find angles and see what's going on further and deeper beyond. These are skeletons. Here's the 7. Look at that. It's not like, hold on a second. See the Queen's hat? She runs her hat slanted. Irrelevant to the angle. We have to keep the 2 card showing the 2 houses. Here's the Jack, hexagon, Queen, angle, black line, dead line. I'm just trying to look for I'm looking for 1 card. Oh, here it is. I didn't want the 8 of diamonds. That's the thing. Oh, I wanted the 5 and the 9. We can use the 3. Okay, so we can look at this. You can see the ace is in the 3. So really, I don't need the ace. You can see at the ace is in the 9. So my 9 birth is relative to the house. Everything that is outside this house, okay, belongs to the ace. Therefore, it's associated with the 9. We go up to 13. Remember the king. Remember 13. 1 through 13 equals to 91, the spirit, representing our 1 through 9. In blackjack, this can represent 20. So once you have 9, you have 20. Once you have this 9 and this ace together, so the spirit gives you 20. So 91, okay, perhaps might reflect to what is 80 and 11 equaling to 91. The reason for that, in order to say 91 in French, you need to say 4 times 20 plus 11. So if it's also reflecting 20, it might tell me that my spirit reflects 20. Now, what is 20? See this cube here? The highest ranking on this cube is a 6. When the 6 shows its face, you have 14 going around the band. 5, 4, 2, and 3. 14. That's 20. When you flip it upside down, that's 1 with 14 on the band. 4, 5, 3, 2. That's 15. 2015. This cube ends when? In 5775. When is 5775? 2015. When does this cube turn itself over versus the 24-hour day? At 1440 minutes times 3 for the 3 corners of the cube. 3 sides of this cube. I show these 3 here. You automatically know below is 4, 5, and 6. Or you can choose any corner. So by seeing 2, 3, and 6, you know 5, 4, and 1 are on the other side. Here, The year, this over here, once you add the 1440 equals to 5760. What is this? We stop at 3, okay, before we begin to replicate and flip it over to the other side at 5760. What year is 5760? It's the year 2000. It's a leap year reset. 500 years times 4. It's a representation of the letter T. It's a representation also of the sun, the passage, the fox. It's a representation of the 9. When you add 1 through 9, it equals to 45. When you go 9 times 6, it equals to 54. This cube is a 3 cubed 3 by 6. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6, okay, equals to 18, and 9 equals to 27. Let me repeat that. 3 times 6, 3 plus 6 equals to 18 and 9. They are the reverse alphabet. They are the only 9s. There are no other 9s that exist, and they represent Jupiter and 13. 27 represents the brown money house, house of bait, house of creation. 3 happens to be Earth, the corridor between Earth and Mars. Association, 1 moon connecting 2 moons. So when I showed to you before this is a corridor over here. So therefore the 3 and 4 is a corridor over here. But in the house of bait, in 20. Now, because of the French expression, okay, because of this French expression of number 83 and 84, what happens is they are going to say 4 times 20, but they're really going to say 4 times 23 or 4 times 24. You won't hear the separation in their language. So therefore, 1 would be 92, bringing in the birth and bringing in the life and rotation. 4 times 24, 96, 4 by 23, 92. This is the separation. What is number 92? Have you ever seen B cards? Right? Look up the word B cards, right? By the way, B is 12 for your constellations. It's 1281, okay? 69 and 12 equals to 81. What is 81? Reflection of itself in its own word. A-E-I-O-U. Instead of it being this, if I did a full reflection, I'd go you or yo within the B, reverse alphabet. And the value over here, I might have gotten this wrong. I hope I got this right, but I didn't. I didn't get this right. Oh yes, because I was switching I wasn't switching the complete letter over here. I was just switching the opposite vowels in this scenario over here. So did you follow what's going on? Do you see the ABC? And now if you want to get to the 3 times 3 scenario, 3 times 3, we end up with 9. 3 plus 3, we end up with 6. Isn't that yin and yang scenario? The 33 gives us 96, gives us 54 and 15. 9 times 6, 9 plus 6. This is all about understanding the association and how to manipulate the numbers in order to bring on justification, okay, logic. It matches up. What I do is I match it up against words, against the alphabet, things that are fixed in this world, things that are fixed. We're not going to change the alphabet in the next 10 minutes, are we? I mean, if we do, it won't be the same alphabet. So this alphabet that has been here for this period of time is what it is. And this is what we're using. It doesn't matter if it's real or fake. Because you've said the word, you've seen it, you described it, it became the words, it became its own description. You put the color commentary, you gave it clothing, you dressed it, you dressed the situation with words. And as I've seen over time, right? And if we want, I'd love to go into the decibels. I like to jump into like musical stuff and the piano only because I know how the keys are set up. Behind in the back wall, I've seen it. I also know because it equals to 88. When you're drawing squares over each other, everything is 88. So it describes itself as being eternal. In fact, it becomes all quarter house triangles is what they become, right? Then if you turn them all into quarter house triangles, will we be turning everything into tetrahedrons and everything connects? Flip, 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 flip. Then you just create area space, a cobweb in the area space, right? All you need is the trees out there. Put me a pole here, put me a pole here, put me a pole here, and let's put the building up. Let's put the roof up. The same construction in creation. It's the same logical, perfect utopia creation. This is what I do with my numbers. If they're doing it out there, what is their reasoning? Why did they create it? Where did they find it from? What is the backside of their idea? So this thing I just did just now, the other piece I wanted to make, as I was thinking to myself, is the lowest part of your dice, okay? Coming into the world of the window, division of the seventh gate, okay, is 10 and 4 on your dice, which is 1 and 3 reverse. So you can make 10 and 4 is 2, 2, and 5, 5. Right? 5 and 5 is 10, 2 and 2 is 4. When you create it that way, one side will look like this, 10 and 4. The other side will look like this. But this is pretty crazy because this, okay, is Aries and this is Capricorn. And it shows me I have a doorway in Aries and Capricorn. And Capricorn is the headstone that when they lay you to rest, when it's a tall vertical versus the horizontal lower one, it's showing you between the three worlds or the heart on the cross between the two. 3 times 6, 2 times 9. Waterworks Electric Company, transporting all within. Back to the Monopoly board. Waterworks Electric Company. Look at that. Waterworks Electric Company. 12 from home. 12 is the female. But they land up on the 13th area. That's male. So when you come into the game, you start with 1. Even though you continue with the rule, you are still 1 ahead of all the rolls you've ever made in the game you played. Also to note, 7 times 3, the air valve. Okay, between the C and the G, between the how do you say the C? How do you say a C letter? CC, right? It's between the third letter, right? Third. Must be a tree. Did you plant a tree? I got trees all over. They're all over the ground. They get the air, they get the roots, they get the ground, they get the rain, they get all the elements out there. What a tree that is. What do you mean? How many trees you got? I got 1, I got 2, I got 3. I got 1 tree between other 2 trees. Well, you got 1 between 2 trees, you must have 9 trees. You got 9 trees, you got 27, you have a square root. So 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, and the cubic area space that's occupied by this object here is 27. The heart area is the 19th area, and apparently it's a huge, huge number in the Quran. 19, 57, 114, 6 sides of 19, hexagon communication within the cat from the outer house, starting with Abraham and Isaac, 33, 44. The rotation of your birth, your breath, 9 and 6. That would be the bird to what is to the, I'm not sure how it works, to possibly the gateway within your heart, 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, and that is your 6 and 8. That would be the fish. I say that because the word fish starts with 9 and 6, and the word fish is number 42, as the word bird, right, is number 33. They have taught me to think as to separate the land animal and the bird animal and the forest animal and all these sea animals and the ocean animals. And when they teach us this algorithm to divide, I divide it all up. I do everything in their own realm. I found this here. What is it doing here? Should it be here? What's it doing here? Seems like they have the same thing here as they have there. Okay, wonder why. What's here that's not there? It's not over there, but it's over here. Okay, so now I see where this is and what that's not. And so we have to just keep going all around. So since I don't ask myself too many questions and I like to play dumb with myself, I write it down and move on. Because if I keep asking myself questions, I'm going to end up with 7 months of work that I'm still going through that I have to throw out until it passes. I have to digest this in my mind. I want to, because there's a whole algorithm, right? See all the power numbers, see all these numbers? There's a rhythm going on inside of this, right? You see number 40 over here? 40 over here happened in the 10th area, communication, but 40 over here happened in the 8th area, 8 and 5. So I need to understand how my numbers all move around. They meet up. There's just different levels, you know? Yes, you know, 2 times everything, 3 times everything, and 4 times everything. That's it. Stop. If you go to 6, 7, and 8, 6 is going to represent 4, 7 is going to represent 3, and 8 is going to represent 2. Because of the separation and distance and difference, I don't know exactly how the whole thing works. I just know that anything multiplied by 1 will be just what the other thing is. Anything multiplied by half will be half of what it is, and now it will be in between something else if, okay, if what? If it's an odd number, is 3 half of 3 1.5? Is half of 3 1.5? But if I told you half of 3 was 6, would you believe me? So let's do this. In the binary world, half of 3 is 6. Here's how it goes. 6 plus 6 equals 12. We all know 3 is created by 1 and 2. 1 and 2 equals to 3. Therefore, half of 3 is 6. Does anybody have anything to say? The movement of binary is as what they do, and I don't know why they do it all right now. I haven't sat down to crunch everything. I'm just doing the basics. Because all the rotation of the basic numbers, they run in binary. And I'd like to know if somebody says yes or no. If somebody go against what I say, it'll only help me. The more people that judge me, the better it is, right? The more you judge me, if I show you what I'm talking about, if it makes sense, it comes out logically, mathematically, then we're going to put it at a plus. We're on the same side. What somebody a long time ago says, what are you looking for? My end result is this. That when we all learn, we can calculate our creation. We'll understand that there was a computer here before us, and all these calculations just can't be just as is. It's impossible that we bring this here. Do you see this here? Does anybody know the number of pi? So first of all, I have one question. Did you understand 6 plus 6 equals 12, 1 plus 2 equals 3? Yes, I seem serious, but if I don't keep the compression within my own body and stress myself just a little bit, right, the jet plane can take off. Jesus, energy, time, travel within one's own mind in order to think for the future because it came onto paper. And when you create an idea, how did you think of that? What made you think of that? Where did it come from? Within the breath of thought, you open the portals within. Because what I don't believe and what I think, I don't like to do that. But I will tell you what I believe, that I believe that 62 years ago, I wasn't here. I mean, if I asked my parents, they would agree. I believe because of 1 and 2 equals to 3, and we need the corridor, which is 4. And pi is 22 divided by 7 for the 88 constellations in the quarter house equaling to 22, which is the separation between the first cube and the second cube. 3 times 21 equals to 63. 3 times 22 is 66. So this is where the cubes separate between the ending of one and the beginning of the next cube. When you reconnect, the 63, you go 1 over to 63 equaling to 64, and now you connect the 4, the 5, and the 6, or the 6, the 5, and the 4. The 4 and the 5 is 9, the 6 and the 5 is 11. You connect up 9, 11. You connect the suns. Okay, you connect the sun to the 2 moons of Mars, and upon your birth, you ignite Luna, which means to cancel, and then your birth in your breath. So this is why I believe that your breath is a dictation, and your questions and thoughts and your breath combined together is a supercomputer that is able to read the conscious within the construct of the house we live. I like to say riding the boat of the blue nose in the dimension, okay? Dimension 10 cents, not 25 cents. Communication is 10. Everything after 10 is 100% and 10%, 100% and 20%, 120%, 130%, 140%, 150, 60, 70, 80, 90. When you get to 120% or 2020, the separation of 5 is a connection between 4 and 6. 20% of 5 is 1, okay? Take from 4 to 5, and from 6 to 5 is that 101 connection. Your 6 and your 4 is where you connect that 10 house, the Capricorn, to the Trinity in the Sagittarius birth. Am I speaking too fast? Please someone tell me something. I know I'm speaking fast. I know I'm missing pieces. I see it myself. Very, very slight, because as I'm missing these pieces, I still see them. Okay. The Sagittarius and Capricorn birth is the same understanding corridor is the 3 and the 4. 3 and 10, 13. 4 and 9, 13. When you count it with the 3 and 10, you are going Yod, okay? You are going Yod Gimel. It can be done. But Tet, okay, Tet Dalet is not done this way. It's a reserved number. The Hebrews say Yod Dalet, but they won't say Yod Hey. They will say Tet Vav Tet Zion. These are all dictations telling me where to go. They're telling me what to do. Now, what this means, I'm not sure. I have to find somebody who understands this, who's in this dilemma, why they're doing it, why did the religion, or why did the sect, or why was the alphabet, or whichever way you want to ask it. I don't know these questions. Excuse me, for I may not use the proper words. When I am here, I don't know what words I should put where that will not offend something, some story, or somebody's mind on the way they think. I don't know the way everybody thinks, and I'm not here to offend someone. I'm just here to express the story that is spoken by the numbers. And when you look at this, here is that 7. So if you go 22 divided by 7, pick a number. Anybody pick a number right now. And if you want, I'm going to tell you, if you hit a number that divides by 7, add a number, a single digit to it, any single digit you want. So someone please write down any 2 numbers. Okay, 61. 8 times 7 is 56, 5 in the 5th range. So this will be in the 5th range. So 61 divided by 7 equals to 714285. $61 divided, what is it now? 61. Okay, I need another calculator. $61 divided by 7 supposed to equal to the 5th one. Let me see if I got it again. You said 61, the 5th one. 71.4. Wow, what did I do here? 61 divided by 7 equals. It'll equal to 8.57 whatever, 8.714. And in the 5th area, 714,285, 714,2857. Same thing. So it's not magical. It's pretty simple. Anything that divides by 7, okay, Take that all away and put that to the point after that. Everything else will be an evaluation under 7, which will be 6. This is where the 7th gate gets divided into 7 days. There is actually no 7 days other than the passing of you, the Orpheus, okay, being the birth, okay, into this house. You are the continuation, the 7th day of the standing of the rest. We are laid to rest. We are born in 9 Sagittarius, which is a reflection of the doorway between Earth and Mars, the quadra and trinity, 3 and 4 coming together. The separation of this entire cube of 3.5, 3 and 4, or pi separates between 3 and 4. You're what fills in the gap. Tick, 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 tick. The IT system of creation. IT is your birth. It's 29. It creates the 18th letter and it creates the 11th letter, equaling to 29. 2 times 9, 2 plus 9 equals to the same thing. There's only 2 inside this house. Inside the divided house, only one that holds the heart. So you can use another number. Just choose any number. I mean, if you want to go to 99, right? So we're going to get 14 by 7. Okay, 14 by 7. So it's going to equal to, so divide 99 by 7, or right? And you're going to get 1 point. If you divide 99 by 7, you're going to get 142,857. Right? Because that'll be 14 by 7 is 98. Right? And then it's 1 more than 98 brings you to here. That's your percentage of dividing things in 7. And if you notice, every single number. Oh, hold on a second. Let me take this, put this back here. After this, we're going to take a 2-minute break, put on a little song, and get something to drink. If you notice, there's no 3, 6, and 9. If you notice, there's a 1 in every single group. If you notice, there's a 4 in every single group. If you notice, there's a 5, 7, 1, 4, 2 in every single group. In fact, every single one of these numbers are all the same. If you want, you can screenshot. What I share, know it for as you wish. I know it for truth. I also know that if I put everything into patents and no one sees it and no one holds it for truth, then what good is my name? What good are we? What good is our strength? It is none. So to hide this and keep it and to make it private is not my goal. My goal is that enough of us know it, that it can't be forgotten. It's the same system they're running with the Bitcoin right now. It has nothing to do with money. It all has to do with information. That's all they're doing right now is they're working the information. They're trying to crash their own system. They want to see what they have to do for the future, and we're participating in this. BC Bitcoin communication, ABC between BCD, 2 times 3, 2 plus 3. It's a citizen band communication. It's with inside a lower house, okay? It's used with rabbit ears. It's used on, I think it's a high frequency, with a very low capabilities of doing its job properly, unless it's condensed to a very small area. And this is where your male and female comes in, or transverted into 5775, also known as 5G TV. 5775 is the birth coming through the moon. It's an analog moon. It's a very basic moon, very easy to read. Most likely easily to manipulate alongside the moons of Mars. And what's happening now is if we use all our words properly, the ABCD becomes the A goes into the D divides the house. The A is what the divided house is. But when splitting a circle in half to one side, it becomes D and D. D is a representation of 500. The M is a representation of 1000, where we bring the V for life in between the divided house, making it the 7th day, the 13th moon upon our arrival. Even this number 7 is the only equation that will create this. Number 7 and number 13. Try any other number by 999,000 from 1 to 99, and you find me something better, okay, that can do exactly this. 6 numbers. The cube is 6. that runs up to 27, 3 times 6, 3 plus 6, but not only in this area here, but in this area here. There's only 6 numbers all the way around. And each one of these boxes, choose any one. 11 and 10, 21 and 6, 27. 5 and 7, 12 and 6, 18 and 9, 27. Every single one here around here is 27 all the way by 20 is 540. Representation, female representation of the sun, the IT system. Why the IT system? Because those are the letters that come out. And when you mention the T, it's automatically there are 4 of them. If there are 4 of them, you're going to use these 3, 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 you're going to use these 3. You're going to use all 4 different 3s to the 1, 4. And then you get the 60 seconds on the clock to what is supposed to be 80 plus 10 running inside your heart. The beating of your own ticker within the house. This is where 8 and 18 comes in. This is where the RH negative comes in. It's through a portal between the equator, okay, between the separation of the 360 degrees. When you separate the 360 degrees, you meet at 18. If you continue from 18 on, 18 goes into 19, right? Your 18 goes into 19, and then your other one goes into 19, you meet at 19, 19, and now you have a separation in between, right? See that separation in between? We join each side. We've transferred over to the other side. 18 and 19, 37 times 3, 111. That is the heart of 36 numbers. The heart of 666 is 111. If you look at an hour and 11 minutes, if you look at an hour and 11 minutes, it's actually 71 minutes. 1 and 7 is Q. 1 and 7 is the passage of what I call the white wolf, Mars. The reason I say this is 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals to 7 and 8. 8 times 7, 8 plus 7 is 56 and 15 equals to 71. So it's like a revolving door. Just continues revolving. 17 is also a representation of the entirety of your creation, of the quadra, of the Aquarius, inside Aquarius, I think it is. Yes, because it becomes, instead of it become 2 times something, or when you go up to the 3rd level, it becomes 4 times something. The 4 and the 2 are, well, not this 2. The 4 and the 2, here's the 4, but the 2 is the same. The 2 is just showing you this angle or this angle. The other one is showing you both angles. It's showing you the crossing and the filtering of the 7th gate. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4. I say that because it has to do with the cat. 2 times 4, 2 plus 4, representation of the cat. It has to do with the hexagon, number 6. Okay, number 6, before you arrive to 8, everybody knows it stops on 8. I got to the octagon. Everybody knows when it stops on 8, it stops on 5. Because when I put my hand up to 5, my palm says 5. It stops. Also, the M is telling you about 3 divisions. XXX is what your triple X is what your M is. 10 times 10 times 10 equals to 1,000. There's only one 1,000 in Roman numerals. The next one is 500, and that would be D. So double D in a circle, splitting up your circle equals 500. And separating your circle, you put the V in, like the Taurus, the separation. This is where your cross comes in. You become the torch that ignites the 2 of them. And then when you cut the D, they fall onto an angle because of their shape. And it becomes that split house. The V also represents 5, represents the ocean, represents Leo. It also represents the double nickel that you can move in the dimension of the house. 1/10 cents, 2 nickels move. A nickel to this side, a nickel to that side for the information. I'm not sure if it's going to work as a rotation because everybody knows the beaver that is on the Canadian nickel tells me we can go under the water and over the water. And when you do this, this is the E and the G coming together, 5G coming together. And when you do that and just spin it out a little bit, it looks like a DVD cassette running between the 2 houses, the dimension. Have you ever seen the sailboat on the dime in Canada? The sailboat. We went sailing away, sailing. Where am I going sailing? Sailing, sailing, sailing salts. The saline salts of the Blue Nose. What's going on with that? I don't have that answer. I just know that the poetry, the poetic rhythm of the beaver, etc. And B, the B again is back to the beginning. We live in the house of the bee. So now would that count for the beaver? It also means to go towards green. I'm just trying to think, the bee also looks like a 13 and you can't deny it. And how can it look like a 13? Maybe it was an 8. So they took the 8, they split it in half this way, they split it in half this way, they turned it into percentage sign. Now they go, when they say 80 in French, they go 4 by 20 equals to 80. And now we have 4 different houses. So where was I with this? Yes, let me finish with this. The algorithm on this side, going with the 13 moons, 999,999, okay? And you can pick any number here too, any 2-digit number. You want to pick 39, 48, give me any 2 digits over 13. Scientist. You know, scientist and Christ have something in common. The last 3 letters are the same. It says first. The I letter represents 1 in Roman numerals. The S and T is what culminates the alpha beta in reverse. This is 21 to the cube. You end up with U to begin with. But 1, okay, cannot be 6. So we can never get to the totality of this. But you can get to the totality in other manners. But I don't want to mix up this situation right now. I'm going to read the comments. We're going to take a 2-minute break. I'm going to explain a little bit more of this algorithm and show you how Capricorn, Sagittarius, and please, I forget a lot of stuff. 39, okay, add any single digit to 39. I'm going to show you why. When you chose 39, right? See, 39 divided by 13 becomes the trinity of 3. So you have to choose any single digit now, and I'm going to add it to the 39. This is only algorithms. This is everything on this planet that can be balanced and understood and shared, that every human being has the right to have in order to process yourself through school. There are basic needs for every single one of us to see where we are going to end up in their whatever you want to call it, in their potpourri that they shove us in. You know, well, if you put the 1, okay, if you put the 1, you see this, you see 076923? 076923. So 40 divided by 13. Whoop. 40 divided by 13, right? What did we say? So we're going to end up with 1 point. Oh, sorry. I think we're going to end up with, hold on a second. It's 1 more, right? Do I have it on equals? See, look. You're 3 levels up. 3 by 13 is 39. And then on the first level, 06923. I'm trying to get the light out of the way. I don't know why there's so much light. Hold on a second. This is not good. I don't like this. I want to just put my display settings personalized. Just give me a second. Okay, I don't want that. Windows Spotlight, now slideshow. Solid color. Okay, that's what I want. Perfect. 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 That's what I want. Okay, that's good. That's good. So you get 076923. And then whoop, did I do that already? 2307692. 230769. If I multiply it by 3, so over here is the 3rd and the 4th corridor. 230769, 230769. Same thing. Same. And then you have to go, and now I need a little bit more light in here. Okay, I need a little bit more light. I don't know. Whoa! I just pulled something down. Hold on a second. Hold on, I just pulled the whole thing. Whoa, whoa. This one's here. This one's here. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Okay, okay. So let me get this. I mean, you got to see my setup here. 20 years doing this, you know. I'm going into my 20th year this year. 20 years this year. Okay, it's already begun for me. Imagine, before I hit the big times in my head, it's already begun. It wasn't easy to control this. Not easy at all. You know, living in this house, they gave me this body, and I have to talk to my body. I sometimes, some people say it's stupid. There was a gentleman on last night. We had like a 7-hour running until like 4 in the morning. And I had to stop because giving out too much at one time for somebody to take in, they had told me it's too much. It's too much. I understand it's too much, but you see, the butt is not good. They say also butts are no good, right? So anyways, yes, our body, it's so important. They say meditate, but people that meditate, do we all know what it does? Okay, how it helps us? What does it deliver? Where does it get us? What does it do? So we don't do things because we don't understand. Until we do them and get into the right mindset, okay, we still won't understand. I didn't understand. It took me over 40 years in order to see what I see now. And now I don't believe what I see. So I keep on going, not believing, and that's what keeps me moving forward, because there is no end to this. Thousands and thousands and thousands and millions of extinction has gone on over time. And imagine, because of language, we can read history. But because now we can read letters and understand the characters of our own English language, not only did the Asians who have the Chinese language that call them characters, but now I understand the English language is also a bunch of characters. And there's a lot of stories going on because over time, everybody created a different numeric situation for their own coding, which showed separation and understanding between the differences. And those differences helped us to come to where we are today. And if somebody can tell me, okay, somebody walked in here today and told me to go, I have to go to another country to go disturb them, okay, because of somebody else's problem, okay, thank you very much. I don't need a vacuum cleaner. I don't need it. I don't care what's happening over there. The more of us that go over there, the more of us don't return. So whatever's there, I can't save. We already know whatever is there has been done on purpose. Whatever you read, you're only seeing it because the algorithm wants you to see it. Drag the slider. Yeah, but I don't want to drink alcohol this morning. It wants me to make, oh my God, it wants me to make a bottle of vodka in order to connect the top with the bottom. Will it remove me for making this alchemy association? Actually, they gave me a white flower. White and black. Check this out. The lowest number, 29. The highest number, 92. The middle number, 56. The highest number, 65. Would you like me to tell you more about black and white? Because those are the numbers. It's crazy. It's just absolutely crazy. They're both 1111. But the 6 and 5 is what connects the house to the ocean of the Federation. Nothing begins until 1 meets 2 to create 3. 6 and 5, or how about this? When you connect to the association and you have the corridor between 3 and 4, you take your 6 and 5, 11 to create 5 and 4, 9, and we go 365.47 days a year. Why 47? Why not this over here, 365.25, our true star rotation in this corner over here? This is a plus negative corner. This is, if I had to make the cross this way, this corner over here should be the plus, the negative corner. But the telephone shows a different story. The telephone, instead of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, the telephone goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 downstairs. So I'm not sure which song to play because I do want to take a 2-3 minutes. And I just want to say this for those 7 billion people that are not here. I'm putting it out to you also. It's about 7 billion people that haven't showed up to this channel today. Make it 8 billion, because I think we're going to be fair. The 9 of us, right? The 9 of us, if we squared ourselves off, right, we will be 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. We would be 10,000 times the base value of who we are. So we would be the 60,000 hertz that run through this computer. And then our star system would be 1,000, 6,000 times 4, 24,000 hertz, making us 84,000 hertz. 84 divided by 3 is 28 day, 3 parts of the cycle moon. 3 by 28 equals to the 84. 4 by 21 equals to the 84, bringing the corridor through the cube and the moon together. The numeric value that fits this is 5184. It's the Giza pyramid, number 42, that shows the communication through the 7th gate on that direct pyramid. It's talking about Mars and it's talking about Pluto. Pluto is at 9 birth. Mars is played through Saturn as the half-life. Remember, played through Mars in Saturn as the half-life. Saturn is the 6th planet. It is the 4th planet reversed. It is 1.5 times 4 Mars. That creates 6, and the 4 is on every single card, 4 through 10 in the TH world, the teacher of the quarter houses. So we're going to take this 5-minute break over here, and I'm going to recalibrate. I want to get back online. I still want to show you a little trick I have of how to shift over all the numbers, all the 81 numbers on the Sudoku page. Just to let you know, I've never done the whole page before. So this will be one of my first. Maybe we'll talk about the backgammon, understanding what 720 is and where they use they have certain rules and regulations that they use that will explain other realities. For instance, something with 2 might represent an edge. If you had this in Rubik's Cube, if someone wants to send me a Rubik's Cube or 2 or 3, because I smash them. So the edge have a value of 2 colors. The corner has a value of 3. The heart center has a value of 1. The total is a 54 area space with 33 void and 21 dots. We also have to bring rules, regulations, and understanding what's happening in our competitions, our games together, how we play amateur games professionally by making it fair for both you and me. Amateur, Amma, in the father's house, playing under the mother rules, or is it under the father thoughts, under the mother rules? Whichever way it is, it's honest between you and me. If it's Scrabble, we're using the same ABC. If it's numbers, we're using the same 1, 2, 3. If it's dice, we're using the same dice. Whether it's backgammon or Monopoly or pool or darts or soccer or football or Canadian football or hockey or basketball beyond the arc, 12 minutes versus 15 minutes, 360 degrees versus 365.25 days, or the Mayan make a month of 5.25 days. So if the Mayan make a date of 5.25 days, that 5.25 days, 5 times 5 is 25 times 21. And the 21st is the beginning of the new half of the cycle. It ends on 20. This is everything about 20. Why is it the new part of the cycle? I can't be both sides. So I can only be at 20. The 1.5 times 4 equaling to the 6, we become the half-life. So instead of 60 seconds on the clock, our actuality is 30 seconds on the clock or 30 minutes on the clock without the association of the other half of this world, the other half of us, the animal part. We have to breathe in the same air that the exhaustion of the trees that create the air. What are we really breathing? Who are we inhaling into us? What is the oxygen? What is the dictation in the oxygen? Or dictate, if you want to look at it that way. Dictate is 413, by the way, which is the DIC, D-I-C, DIC. Okay, 4, 9, and 3, they're trying to get you to get to the ID for the C19 that went on. The C19 is connecting the Capricorn to the Sagittarius and taking you over to a new system of breath. They can't do it.
They tried it in 1984, 1983, 1982, 1981, 1980, 1979, and prior to that. The only reason I know about these years is because I worked on a pig farm. I was around a chicken farm and a pig farm during these years. 2020 for me was 1984. But me, I saw the results. Me, I saw the results like this. Okay, let me tell you one thing. This, see this book over here? Pretend this was an ANIMAL, where we opened the book and we looked. Oh, lungs and the heart. Look what they look like. Oh my God. At first, the lungs were becoming BLOOD. So then PHYSWZIER, phi, who's there? What? Yes. Well, they contacted us and they says, we have the remedy, and gave us the remedy. And then all their HEARTs, they all exploded. One after the other. Boom, boom. Lost 25% of the production. At this point, where did these animals come from? I'm going to tell you where they came from. Here, not far in Laval and other places like it, they have a testing facility. Some of the testing facility lowers the immune system, okay, and they take these reject books, they put them back into the market because they're no longer good for them. And where do they end up? At the auction sale. And who do they sell it to? Buyers. And what do these buyers do it? Because the animal's life won't extend a certain period of time, like probably not a month, okay? They take it, they sell it right away to what they call the mishwi, and they make barbecues out of them, a weanling, a piglet. And they're already sick with zero immune system, full of parasites, extended. They're not talking about these animals full of parasites for anything because they've been using them for transition for years and years and years. I mean, if you look at movies and what they talk about, the swine or the pig, we can see that the tiger and the pig hung out together, okay? Both the tiger and the pig are mutable signs. So we know it's a constant. We know they're both passageways, both the pig, 1 and 2, 3, and the tiger, okay, number 3, bringing together alpha, beta to create what is. Pumbaa, okay, in The Lion King, expressed what was going on between the burping, the farting, the eating, the being dirty. I don't know what the whole signification was, but in the word pig is number 32. In tiger, it is 59. Right? Did you know that both in 5 and 9 is 3 and 2? It's one of the expressions of a 549, okay? 549 equals to a 325. The other thing about this is the numeric value of each letter to a lower rendition becomes 979 or 977, representing the birth, representing the mother, and representing the highest possible strength amongst the power matter of the moons, and that number is 977. The number is 977. The number to other numbers could be 277, but because 9 reflects everything to do at 9. 1 and 8, 9, 2 and 7, 9, 3 and 6, 9, 4 and 5, 9. We have the house of bait of the 7th gate, which is 277. We have creation, which becomes the creation and the corridor become 477. You pass through the ocean, becomes 577. Okay, but I want to revert back to 477, can also be a 747, which, if I remember, the 747 and the 757, the reflections of each other, because 57, the moon, is what controls the 47 of time. 5 times 7, 35, 5 plus 7, 12, equaling to what 47 is. 2 separations over here that happen. 5 times 7, 5 plus 7 equals 47. 35 minus 12 is 23 chromosomes. 47 is the separation of the 20. When you have 23 and 23, we have 1 separation between the 2. So you have 23, 1, 22. 23, 1, 23. When you have 23, you have the 23 chromosomes, and it separates at the 24th. Like I mentioned earlier, wow, where's the book? Like I mentioned earlier, the 3 and the 4, okay, are the same corridor. Same situation is happening here. Same corridor. 47 and 7. See that 47 over here? The same thing. This is where the lower and the upper meet. This is where DJ Trump just came in. This one over here, we can look at it as McKinley, as we can look at it as 46 Biden. Then over here, we can look as 24 as Grover Cleveland, dividing of the gateway, which was the 22nd and 24th president. Remember what I said before? 2 and 4. You can go 2 times 9, 18, and it has to stop. And now you can go 4 times 1 through 9 equals to that evaluation. The maximum is 36, and the lower house, the value is 18. These are obligations. Since the 4th one is the corridor. After that, you start building the exterior of the corridor. Whether or not it gets flipped inside after, I like to show it both ways. Everything becomes inside out. Why? Because I keep building around it, and the same numbers will show up. So now I can show where everything repeats and what the design or the artwork is, right? Just like we can see what happens over here when you start connecting things together. I mean, it's not like when I did this up here. These were individual thoughts of why I did everything, right? And I like that one right at the end there. That one right there. I like the way the moon and the sun coming together. They work together. This one over here is working together. I like to look at it either the moon, the sun, or 2 moons. Not really, I don't want to take any concrete decision on my thoughts. Remember everything, I am not the final answer. Okay, just to let you know that. We work together, I share everything, costs nothing. If you'd like to help support the channel, okay, need to buy pens. If anybody wants to buy these, my friend's father passed away and he told me to get rid of them and give 20% to any foundation of someone's choice. So these are not the best of all glasses. Yes, they are crystal. You know which one I really like? Seriously? It's this one here. I don't know if it's the same one. Is it the same one? Is this the same? Yeah, it is, eh? What if I did it and had this cup next to it? Right? Somebody said to put less water. Anyways, got all these over here. I don't know, 2, 4, 6, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 6, 48. I don't know. It's about 50 cups here. Wherever it goes, whoever takes it, whatever I can get for it. But anyways, okay, so yeah, I want to put on a song. I'm going to explain this if you'd like to know a little bit about this after, just to let you know that's how it all begins. Like that. All right, then we have to understand, just like in Plinko, right? Area space for support, right? Just like in Plinko. Or is that the movement of the ocean? Hey, teachers, leave those kids alone. Oh my God, what is happening? The bees, no, the bees, what's happening to the bees? They're leaving through the football. Oh no, it's not a football. It's a pigskin of communication. It must be Abraham. Oh my God, don't open up your mouth. You're swallowing the whole building. Watch the rivers come in as you sink between the towers, the 2 towers, 110 stories each. It's pay none, pay no one. The ears are actually, if you see, there's an eye here, and then I drew an eye here to join between the ears, and I put the brain on top of your eye, between the 2 eyes looking at each other. You know, like the 2 eyes looking at each other here. See, each foot is on its own part of the peanut, and each side of the peanut, there's 2 and 2. I don't know why, but it looks like I put hey vav inside of this, right? Hey vav, right? Instead of putting yod, hey for the lion. So I drew this in 2015, about 14 maybe, and then I put this in between. So these buildings were 110, 11, 11. Building 47 that went down, that was 11. Remember 47, what it is, right? 47, 7 represents the 88 constellations. 8 and 8 is 16, 1 and 6 is 7. 4 can represent 2 and 2, right? Which is, again, back to the constellations, 4 by 22. This one over here, the new tower, if you go look in New York, what they did, they built the tower the same way as me, except mine was built before theirs. Why? Because the angles of their tower are the same thing, but it's 104 floors, 10-4 communication. The upper and the lower part representing a single antenna, 1 ham radio, no interference between the 2 buildings anymore. They're taking over. See, this is going to represent Mars, right and left. 12 and 18, 1.5 times the difference between the 2 sides of the brain. This one is 15. 12 to get to here is 1.25 times the difference, the 1.25 we need at the end of the year to add on after the last moon, the 13th moon. Oh my God, what are you doing, Wilson? Are you sitting there and looking in the closet? Oh my God. Wilson, your mouth is silent. You're not saying a word. Where's that 10-4 communication? Oh yes, there it is. 102 Valentine's, also Mars. 51 times 2, 52 times 2. Earth and Mars coming together. And then I just reverse it. 201, this one over here, okay, 1 through 20. Adding 1 through 20 equals to 210. Ironic, no? That when adding 1 through 18 equals to 171, right? It's a passageway through Mars, that 171. It's actually, let me not look at it that way. The 171 connects to the white wolf. 1 and 7 are not on a cube. They are the extremities. They are on the outside. They are the base. They are the high and the low of the cube. On a single cube, you can have 1. You cannot have 7. But counting both sides is 7. You can have either the 6 or the 1 or everything in between. It's almost like in baseball. 3 balls, 4 strikes. Ain't never going to happen. The action pitch is on Leo. Leo into Virgo. And here comes the pitch. Is it going to be a ball? 4 and 2. Or a strike? 3 and 3. Return to the box or return to the base. Batters up. Who's in the on-deck circle? Communication. We have to connect that bat. You ever look at the bat? It looks like the exclamation point. The bat and the ball is the exclamation point, and the ball is down between, right? Is the ball? You're holding on to the bat. And it's like a little round circle. So I'm just trying to think how we connect the eye to the bat, and then that's upside down, right? That's to turn it upside down in here, and bat represents the 12. Where do I use this analogy from? And I have to find more, but I use it in full expression. Lily, 12 months. 12 inches to a ruler times 1.25 gives me an extension. I use it as an extension because I don't have any 15-inch rulers and I don't have any 45-inch yardsticks. They're all 36s. So they show me that the algorithm runs with 36. It also shows me that when we play basketball, we have 36 minutes with 3 quarters, but we have 48 minutes into the game, which is a 1.25 difference to using a 60-minute game. In this game, we can shoot beyond the arc, score a 3-point play, which is half of what we can get when we get the 6-point play. When we play football with the extra point, we get the touchdown. Woo! We're going on break. I'm going on break. Got to be 5 minutes. Tetrahedron, all sides are 3, running our cardinal signs. I have 4 sides of 3. Here, look at that. 3 sides of 3 on the top, 3 sides of 3 on the bottom. But when I turn it sideways, look at that. I got 4 sides. And 4 sides. See that? See that 4 sides? And 4 sides, but not when I stick it up this way. Not when I stick it up this way. Yeah, I got to fix it. I forced it too much when I built it. And I got a whole lot more sticks for that. I got a few more sticks. So this is what I do for the last 20 years since this began. you know, there's many things that went through my head, and a lot of people walking around going, well, why don't you get a job? Or why don't you do this? And why don't you do that? And why don't you do this? Why don't you sell your pictures and sell your art? And I says, how do you want me to do all this? I have no experience in it. It takes time. It's going to take time away from my mind. If you think that anything can make some money here, okay, and pay my bills, and you want to get involved, let's make a deal. And after 20 years, I got one deal maker right there. Continuous communication, understanding of the difference inside the house. Communication in the cat house, right? It's a cat house, it's a dog pound. Dog pound, canines, 9 by 11, 99, 9 and 11, 20, 119. So let me see what's up here. This went too fast. Coronation, I like that. They made coronation milk. Coronate goes with 8. Quran, okay, and then they had the Quran, and then they had the Corona, and Corona. I'm trying to think. Feast, beast might mean the least, but within the East, and it could just be the test. It's a decibel. Okay, 3 dragons wrap their tails together. Forget it. Not 3 dragons, 3 snakes. Not 3 snakes, 3 sheep. But 3 sheep that look like dragons that start off, when it starts off below the Kundalini through your mind, the 3 snakes are the only thing that's left over, wrapped around the moon. The name of this is called the Signal Testing System. Sigma. Sigma. 9 and 19, right? Coming together just like when you write these 2 letters here. It's this divided moon and house system of the sun. AM is the spirit, dividing of that spirit communication. It's like a lifeline. The G7 is what divides the constellation between 6 and 6. It's brought in through the S and I. The S is on the 3rd level. If you use the S as 19, I think you would use it in the Hebrews. You see, the Hebrews, I changed the Hebrew language a little bit by expanding it to work with mine, as I added on 4 more letters to the Hebrew language. I'm just trying to look where it is in my papers here. And everything I do exists already. I want to tell you that. I just filter it out. I put algorithms. I find the algorithms that go along with its creation, where they're being used. Yeah, I don't know where it is. I'm not happy about that. I usually don't lose anything that important. I thought I was going to keep it out. So anyways, the 23rd letter in Hebrew that doesn't exist, make it be worth 500. The 24th letter is worth 600. The 25th letter is worth 500. Did I just do that? The 26th letter is worth 800. So when you go, so the connection of the Hebrew alphabet, I'm going to put as 801. Works out perfect to Venus. But if I stop it on 400, I get 401, and that's communication. 81 becomes 80 and 1 becomes Venus. And this, okay, I got to stop. I got to remember where I am. I'm on Venus 801. Let me write this down. I'm going to write this down. It's going to be Tav 400, and then 23, 24, 25, 26, 500, 600, 700, 800, 1 through 800, and 1 through 400 equals to 801 equals to 401. And we just showed that communication. So half the house in communication. The other thing about this is 40 and 1 is going around the Monopoly board once. 80 and 1 is going around the Monopoly board and ending up on go twice. 80 is what the base value of connecting the 88 constellations, the power source. Where does this come from? 8 times 8, 64. 8 plus 8, 16. 16 plus 64 equals to 80. This is where I get it from. 80 is a representation of 420s. So we have to remember that. The sun is split up into, it seems like 4 different houses. Is it 1 sun or 2 suns? We're definitely working with 3. We're definitely working with 3 moons. And I want to know where my telephone is. Okay, I want to know something. We should have a survey like how many times have I lost what here? Let me write this. Let me see. Peter. Yes, we have to peter out on things. There's other things that go with Peter. And Peter, it represents one sun. If you add ETTE, we represent now two suns. Now, one of the questions, is it this as the sun, as the ET sun? The ET sun in French is DNA in English, can also be reverted to NDA, a non-disclosure agreement. Just the letter N itself can be reverted and look like a Z. In fact, the second part of the alphabet, okay, is going to be N and Z, reflective numeric values equaling to 40 blue. At the same time, if you put N and N, it's the 28-day cycle. If you put Z and Z, it's 52. That make things bigger and smaller, and it shows how the alphabet gets split up into quadra, into quarters. Yes, into quarters, into 4 quarters. We end up with the 26. But if you look at it the skeleton way, in the deck of cards, we end up with 2 reds and we end up with 2 blues, as 2 blacks. 2 black, 26. 2 red, 26. Individual, 13. 3 of them is 39. For pregnancy, you stop on 3 suits. The 273rd day, September 29th, 929. 3 times 91, the spirit. But when you bring the birth in, add another day. For each of 91 will now be 92. 3 by 92 is 276. The birth comes on the 277th day. Remember I said the pig was 977? Well, the invert to your first connection through Mars is 277. Before you reach the gateway, it's 1 and 2 to equal to 3, which will now be 377. When you come to the number 4 through the corridor, it becomes 477. And as well, you can knock that up to 777 is where air meets water. It's where the mutable meets the cardinal sign. I had 2 things. I have to show this here between 3 and 4. I have to show this. I have to find my phone. I'm going to put on 1 or 2 songs during this break. You don't have to listen. But what we do have to do is look for my phone. So what's going to happen while we look for my phone? This can go here. This can go here. Oh, yeah, we got... Oh! Or what we can do to take the break, we can do this. Okay. Nasera Jacera, RH blood negative. What are we looking for? What do we want to know? What will convince us that there is a creator out there? What do we want? What do we seek? How can we come together? Do we see that something is wrong amongst the masses? Or do we see something is wrong in the system in which the masses live? Are we the human mass? Or are we just the mass? Because we are the all. We are the 30 of the 60 seconds on the clock. We are 10%, 110% of our mind, like the 110% of the control towers. We are 30 plus the 3 of creation to become the all birth of 3 times 3, 9 to the 6 life, 3 plus 3, 6. We are all 33s and we are all the son of Am. We are all Masons. But we are not free. We must break the shackles. We must break the chains. Communication, shackles, chickens in shackles. Cut off beaks of the turkeys. turkeys and bowling and 300, the consonants in the alphabet, not including the A, E, I, O, and U. So understanding that the system that I see, that I saw many, many, many years ago, 20 years ago when I first began, the first thing that came out was Dragon Ball Z, return of the signal testing system, and something to do with decibels inside of this. So let's take this break, but somebody's got to show me my phone. Somebody, oh my God, I know where my phone is. Okay, I'll be back. I'll be back. Oh, somebody wants me to co-host. I should accept, but I can't accept right now because I got to go to the car. So give me a minute. I'll be back. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Yeah, okay, so I'm not sure which one I want to play. I got a whole bunch of them. Wow, I didn't know I had that many, you know. Here's one of my favorite designs. It's my From Beyond. I've got my foot on it. Wake me up when you're done. Once we disconnect, see that? Once we disconnect, we go from the connection through the bottom here, plugging in, over to this side, over here. See the drip coming down? So that's not what I wanted to show you. I just bumped into that, right? The connection of 36. This is a basic connection of 36 numbers, one of these rows here. Not going to be getting into that. Just want to play a song. And I don't know which one. My. Oh, you want to hear the tax man? Okay, hold on a second. Let me see. I want to put this in here. And then I got this. If anybody wants me to make them one, believe it or not, this was $3. You couldn't even make that in China for $3. This is something they sell for 25 cents probably somewhere. I made it myself for $3 just so I can take my phone, and when I play a song, I can stick my phone right in here. Plus I can put the wire underneath here to plug it. And then I can set it. Wait a second, I have to set it. I can set it. I can set it on my monkey one. This guy's a little bit higher, right? Number 83 monkey, like above is below. See my snake hands? Shh. Watch out for me. Yes, the wolf, the big bad wolf. We won't talk about that. So let's see what we got here. So let me turn out the light. Let me see if I can play this one here. Whoa. Oh, no, that's not the one I want to play. I want to play this one. You'll like.
some call it fair, but I see hands everywhere. Sales tax when I buy my food, property tax on the house I choose, carbon tax on the air I breathe. They even tax the land and sea. Oh, the taxman's game, the taxman's song. They take a little bit all year long, from the east to the west, from the poor to the best. They got their hands deep in our pockets, no rest. Yeah. They tax your car, they tax your land. They tax your dreams, they tax your plans. Tax on dividends, tax on rent, tax on dollars already spent. The IRS and the Cray, they take their share, they make you pay. T5 forms and credits due. Protection B, just more red tape for you. Oh, the taxman's game, the taxman's song. They take a little bit all year long, from the east to the west, from the poor to the best. They got their hands deep in our pockets, no rest. They tax your car, they tax your land. They tax your dreams, they tax your plans. Tax on dividends, tax on rent, tax on dollars already spent. The IRS and the Cray, they take their share, they make you pay. T5 forms and credits due. Protection B, just more red tape for you. Oh, the taxman's game, the taxman's song. They take a little bit all year long, from the east to the west, from the poor to the best. They got their hands deep in our pockets, no rest. They say it's roads, they say it's schools, they say it's healthcare bending rules. The loopholes come for the ones in suits, while we pay up in worn out boots. Oh, the taxman's game, the taxman's song. They take a little bit all year long, from the east to the west, from the poor to the best. They got their hands deep in our pockets, no rest. Government debts keep stacking high, yet they tell us not to ask them why. Inflation steals what we have left. They print more money, we pay the debt. They tax the fish, they tax the trees, they even tax your funeral fees. Authority means what they decide, but we're the ones who provide. So learn the game, don't play it blind. Ask the questions, read between the lines, 'cause the taxman's here and he won't go until we change the way things flow. That's your tax on, raw, real, and ready to question the system. Want me to add anything else?
He's going to play one more. He's going to play one more, if you don't mind. He's going to play one more. Let's go to this one. This is one of my favorites.
Here's a rough draft of your song, blending your thoughts into a rhythmic and lyrical form. What do I want to know? Tick tock, the clock never stops. Telling me to send hearts, telling me to drop, telling me to share, telling me to sign. Every word checked like the tame in my mind. Was it like this 80 years ago? New words, new rules, what do we really know? History whispers, but does it repeat? Or are we just numbers marching to the beat? What do I want to know? Who's pulling the strings? Is it the church, the state, or the kings? Are we just cogs in a system so grand? Or architects shaping the lay of the land? 3 time turns in its dance. Zodiac shift, is it fate or just chance? The chicken lays eggs, the cycle repeats. Numbers and patterns beneath all our feet. Am I old or just wide awake? Are my thoughts too deep, or is this all fake? I've heard stories, I've seen the signs, but tell me, have you opened your mind? What do I want to know? Is it the church, the state, or the keys? Are we just cogs in a system so grand? Or architects shaping the lay of the land? Hi, I'm Mr. Topaz, here to explore anomalies, questions, and so much more. So tell me now what's on your mind. Let's write the song of the undefined. Now, for the visual representation, I'll generate an image reflecting these themes, questions, anomalies, time, control, and cycles. Stay tuned.
Progress and gains, progress and gains, progress and gains. For a human being, for my own personal reflection in progress and gains, extremely satisfied, a little bit sad, satisfied, sad, satisfied, sad, satisfied. Hold on a second. Satisfied, S-A-T, but it's S-A-D. I'm satisfied, 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 not a Wi-Fi. I'm not satisfied, not satisfied at all. 4 people here. 7.9999 billion people not here. I'm an open book. I'll sit here. I should just sit here for 24 hours waiting for questions just so I can make up a story, something I don't know at the present time. I'm just going to make it up. I'm going to make it up. But I'm going to make it up with makeup. Make it up with makeup. ABC. That's my makeup. 1, 2, 3. That's my makeup. What floor, sir? Oh, take me to the 13th floor. Oh, 999,999. All divisibles all the way up. So this is what we didn't do. This is what we didn't do. I'm blowing this shofar since I'm the age of 12. So I'm blowing this for 49 years. 48 plus 1, missed a couple of years. Doing this for a private synagogue where my grandmother used to teach, where the armies used to walk into the school, where they hid the books under the floor. Information from grandmother to grandson. The information about the swine, direct involvement. Transporting and understand the feed and grain industry, direct involvement. Chicken and ribs, direct involvement. How they exchange the abattoirs, understanding the direct involvement. Understanding different views between the left and the right and being only what is the sheep in between, listening to both sides. Am I the sheep in between the BEH 258? Or am I connecting the 4, 5, and 6, the Federation, my 1/3 to the 3/3 world? Follow what I'm saying? Am I going from here to here, from here to here? Am I running 2, 5, and 8 or 4, 5, and 6? If you're awake, you run the 5 with 8, 2. And when you're asleep, you run it with 4, 6. The thing is now, when we run to Saturn Square, all these numbers switch. And I ask myself, should I be doing this? Why? Because look, straight down, straight across. The Queen's hat, when we looked at the Queen before. The King's hat is straight. So if you want to send me a couple of, like a dozen, if you want to send me a box of different playing cards, if you want to look them up, study them on your own, use this, share this, do whatever you want with what I do. You want to denounce it? Well, I can't stop you from doing that. You know, whatever's getting done, you want to stop me, block me, this, harass me. Well, I can't stop anybody from doing anything. What I can do is the best of my ability to reflect it. right? Like if somebody's saying a whole bunch of stuff that can't be tolerated on this channel for reasons, first of all, it has to be tolerated for a little bit, because unless you see what everybody's done in jail, you might not know any of those stories that you didn't know before. Therefore, your mind might see the difference and a different viewpoint, even though from this what is called the insane party, or the uncontrollable, undeniable truth of one's mind, which is the true reflection and reality, right? I can tell you some stories of what I'm thinking, what I believe, and what I calculate. HD Harley Davidson burnt orange, the 13 and the 5 ball. 13 and the 5 is orange. It takes yellow. I like to use that for soul number 92, 29. Wow, where was I? Oh my God, I try to over explain. Number 29, number 92 for soul. So I don't remember where I was. It's just too bad, just too bad. Number 29 is black. Number 92, the 92nd day is April 1st. Instead of it being the 91st spirit day, is the first day of an alter cycle into the second suit of cards, equaling to 182, which will happen to be between, I think it's July 2nd that day. I think it's July 2nd, maybe July 3rd, right? It would be either 1 or 2 or 3 days before July 4th. 1, 2, or 3. Since 1 is the heart and 2 becomes the alpha beta, expansion of the heart, the Trinity, right? 7, 1, 7, 2. 7, 2 is 9 by 8. It is the house of 8. 1 times 8, 1 plus 8 is 9 and 8. 9 by 8 is 72. 9 and 8 is 17, 1772, or 1727. You've brought the alpha and the beta, both 7 and 7, to the house of 1 and 2 creation for 377. The 277th day is the last week or the 40th week of birth, which would be the Wednesday, which would be the 313, connecting the Wednesday to the first 3 days, stopping before the last 3 days, because the first 3 days come uncounted to where the egg and sperm had to meet before the ignition, running through the portal of the 4th day, the 96th hour. I was looking for the cards. Yeah, I just separated myself for a second. Sorry about that. What happened to the cards? Why? I was looking for the Queen. I wanted to show you that the Queen's hat breaks the 45-degree angle. The Queen is the 12th card, the 12 months of the sun, the 364 days, or the Mayans split it up. The Mayans split it up, They went 360 days and they made a separate month, So they went 18 by 20. 18 by 20? Why would they do that for 360? But that's what they did. They went 18 by 20. And they went 7 and 13 for that 20 in their cycle. The sixth multiplication of creation is 18. It is the plane in the diameter of your protractor, the professional versus the amateur, moving into the amateur ranks, moving into divisions, hockey, baseball, football, the number of teams in each league. The initials are letters they use for goals scored, goals against, the G for goalie, the A for assist, or is it GA for a goal? GA equals or can represent what is 28, also representing silver. When adding up 1 through 7 equals to 28, that silver string that comes through that moon. That 1 times 7, 1 plus 7 equals to 7 and 8 is where the generator, 77, the power, the matter of the Christ, connects to the 88 constellations in the what is 8 by 11. To what might be also to what is 6 by 11 and 1 by 11 and 1 by 11 or 2 by 22. I don't know which combination. There's all the combinations you have to use with reason. How do we get to 11? Your first 11 is connected through black. Black is number 29. You know, yellow is 92. Creates 1111 between them. Nothing begins until you run through the corridor, which means here and here, right? But once you run through the corridor here, you're going to run through the corridor here. What is 3 below is 7 above. 7 runs into 6, 4, 5, and 6 come together. 4, 5 for 9, 5, 6, 11. That if you take a look at the houses before 3, 6, 9 comes into creation, you will see 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, and 8. Now, when you pull this up over here, you will see 1, 4, 7, 2, 5, and 8. 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 And you add them all. You add the first with the last, and it equals 999,999. You become this in rotation. When you take 22 divided by 7, you end up with this. You only need, if I triple it up and go to 66, my trinity, if I triple it up and go to 66, okay, I will end up, I think in this position over here. Let me just think. This was 50, this would be 8 by 8 is 64. This would be 65. This would be 66 if I'm correct. This would be 67. This would be a dividing gate. This would be 68. Let's see if I got that correct. 68 divided by 7, right? 68 divided by 7. There's 4 difference. So I have to choose the 4th one here. 57 equals 71. So it's the, which one is it? 71 is the 5th one over here. It's the 5th one. So I did 66, right? So 8 by 8. No, I did 68. 68, right? But if I would have did 64. Hold on. 8 by 7, 9 by 7. Oh, hold on a second. I made a mistake. Hold on a second. 7 divided by 68 is 9. That's 63. Oh, sorry. So let's choose another number because now I'm cheating. So let's just choose any number. Like, look, we're going to do it this way. Can you see my eyes are closed? Just choose 2 numbers. Okay, and divide that by 7. Oh, that's no good because that's going to equal to 9. I'm going to choose 2 more. Look. Okay, 36. When I divide that by 7, it's going to equal to 5. So it's going to end up in the 1 position. Divided by 7 ends up to 142. Divided by 7, 142. 142. It's not a trick. Because the whole section here is all 142. 142258. 741 hertz. Divide that by 3 equals to 247. Every single one of them will equal to a perfect number with no decimals in them. Every single one of what is considered to be a cardinal or fixed or mutable sign will always equate when divisible by 3 without a decimal. All the time. When you divide something by 4, it's natural, you're going to get quarters because everything is an instance of 1. So we have to understand these two basics here to understand where everything goes. There are no other numbers that bring the 6 and 1 day together. And this, the first, so here's the third one I mentioned I was going to speak about. Les numéros, les chiffres, ici, le premier, troisième et quatrième. Mais le premier, comme le dernier, enlève. OK? Je ne veux pas compter premier, je ne compte pas dernier. Je vais compter troisième, je vais compter troisième. Ici. So when we go here, we get 8, 4, 6, 5, 1, 3. And when we go over here, we get 9, 2, 3. 8, 4, 6. 8, 4, 6. So this one, where is it? 8, 4, 6. This number 11 over here goes with the animal house, goes with the house of 2 to 1. 1 and 2, always remaining the same. 1 and 2 creates 3. Both 1 and 2 are inside of here. Now this one becomes a half space area right over here when it reaches to the 4 dots. In the 5 dots, a value of 5, 1 is included here, which will include both 4 and 1 coming together and 3 and 2 coming together. An expression within the house when you reflect the house. This is only going to show me, this is like a skeleton of something. This should actually go around within itself, and this one should go around within itself. If this was pulled off of it, it's actually showing me the 7-13 gap. What is 7 divided by 13? It should equal to 8, 5, 7. This one over here, should it not? What is it? 13 divided by 7 should equal to 6 point, let me see, 2 point, well, 857, 857,142. Like I said, no magic. No magic. It's all based on 7. So no matter what you do, all the way up to 99, 98 is the last 7. 7 times 14, right? Equals to 98. And then 99 is plus 1. So remember, 741, H and Z are 88, okay? It's the healing vibration through the gateways of 66 into the doghouse. You want to count? 2 by 9, 4 by 9. We've covered everything. We've covered all 360 with a 4 by 9. 4 are the 4 corners. 9 are the entirety of what's inside the 4 corners. There are 5 area spaces which break up what is one whole of nothing. If we just count the outside corners, we have a 0. But that entire 0 equals to 45. If I use only this, okay? If I use this, okay? The 0, 3/4 of the 0 for me, okay? 3/4 of the 0 equals to 45. Should I call it C45? Just a question. In order to complete the 0, you need reflection. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3. My 1, 2, 3 here will reflect here. Therefore, I'll box into 12. Numbers 1 through 12. Now you want to see where they've done this already? It's already been done. And the 4 by 3 shows you the combinations where Trinity comes into the quadra house, which is also the ocean. The Q, 17th letter. The U, the 21st letter. I stand on blackjack. 17 through 21. 8 and 3. 1 times 1, 1 plus 1 equals 1 and 2 equals to 3. Base creation of a pole. 2 times 2, 2 plus 2 equals to 4 and 4 equals to 8, which becomes the ring, which is put onto the pole, which is where you become married at the birth into Mars. I'm not sure if I should use this ring to connect the two of them, but it's a dice cube. You know, the master number 22, 1133, well, this dice cube is it. Do you want me to show you? I will show you. Yes, no, maybe. Year of the snake. Year of the snake. I still have to show you the 401, right? So if it's the year of the snake. So it's going to be 11 and 39. Snake comes along with angels, comes along with creation, equals to 50. The snake is number 50, but it's an 11 black K within it. KE comes together. 511 comes together. KE is a big combination, 5 through 11. Okay, 5 through 11, the 131st day in May. It was also the 11th month of the 5th day, which is not counted for the day, but it was still November 5th all the same. The 131st day is May 5th. Okay, it's a 3434 1919 passageway amongst the Mars and the Earth Moon, all on the same numeric dates. Now, I might be off, and one of the reasons I could be off, okay, in some places is because we run a 4-year, 16-year cycle, and then a 48-year cycle. That's where the basketball comes in. That is 1 1/4 cycles over what is 36. I think it's a 33% more of the game. No, it's 4 quarters, so we need another 12 minutes. We know everything ends at 36 because we have the 36-inch yardstick, which is now we have to understand where everything is used professionally, and they use the hash marks in the NFL and the CFL. We also know when you're using hash marks up to 10, it looks like they're counting in the centimeter range. Why? If all the hash marks are equal to one another, okay, in the centimeter range, they make their hash marks on a measuring stick all equal, other than the Lilith sign that shows up with the regular ruler. Well, not the regular ruler. That's like a low statement to make, right? So you take a look, right? You see the lines here? See, they're all equal over here, right? When you have 10 of them, you reach over here. So this is centimeters, but yet football shows me this. This is inches over here. And when it shows me the Lilith lines, right, when it counts over here, you have to make judgment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It becomes 16 here, where it becomes 10 there. And there is a difference between 2 and 3 and 10 and 11, even though the number is still 1. Oh my God, 1 is different. This one is different than the other one. Oh, it's 1. So we have to understand that the difference here is 88. Are we running that, the 88 constellations of 16, to what is the 5 and 555 Sky Liberty Pass? The association to this is where Uric connection 10 to what is the 7, 8, and 9 to come supported here. Remember, like I said, if they put the Leo stone on top of the Capricorn stone, you end up with the pentagram. You end up with the point on top of the Capricorn stone where they lay you to rest. God rested on the 7th day. That 7th day also represents 28. 1 plus 2 plus 3 plus 4 plus 5 plus 6 plus 7 equals 28. You carry every day into the next day. You stop your days on 1, 2, 3, ABC 72. You flip them over to and complete the dimension by adding up to the 96th hour on the Wednesday, the 313 codex of your creation heaven. 3, 8, 13, and 18. This one here, matter and energy, the ocean, all that goes around. Is it everything? It's the whole cube that goes around this. It's not this that makes the cube go, but it's the cube that's going around this. This area is rotating through the 9 area, through the 5 area, the 9 area, and the 5 area. Why is that? Because it's in the heart area. But why do I say 3? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 5 on that hand, 3 on this hand is 8. 5 on one foot, 5 on one hand is 10, and 3 is 13. I got my 2 feet in my hand, 15, and one hand is 18. I know 18 go all around the crossing of this cube. The 19 is the rotator position, U. 114, 57, 57, rotating between the moons of Mars and Earth. This is where the Alakaba and Abraham come in, because they're working from beyond. It's a story. And most of the story, and all of the stories, guess what, are still stories. And they all combine, they all come together to tell a bigger story. There is no book that is higher than the other book, because each book helps to show the difference amongst the stories, which makes each one more powerful and makes every single one weak at the same time. Only through the balance and the understanding and the coming together amongst us for our own compatibility, okay, so that we continue on to conquer the area space. And the area space we need to conquer, okay, at the beginning is right here. This is your first area space, and I will tell you why. When the plane is going down, you're not looking to save the pilot. The pilot is looking to save you. You're looking to protect yourself. You don't save anybody else, because once the plane gets to the ground, you want to make sure you saved your last breath, for your breath is your thought, in order to make your next move to save everybody else. But once you pass 55, out. 56, you pass out into the moons of Mars. 56 is 2 times 28. 56 is like 65. It's a treat. 3 equals to 56. Wolf equals to 56. 7 equals to 65. White equals to 65. Okay, 65. What this is 1 comes in between 4. Why? Math-wise, 6 times 5, 6 plus 5 equals to 30, and 11 equaling to 41. When you minus it, it equals to 19. 19 will represent the Capricorn stone coming into Sagittarius. It will then tell you about the doorway where Earth and Mars come together, the 3 moons ignite together. So if you're missing a number in a calculation of a division between 3 and 4, the difference will be something to do with the moons and the sun. If you end up with a 0 where the snake ends up by the 0. Snake is also number 59, number 50. 50 is also number 59. When using 9, you can use 6. When using 6, you can use 2. So from the snake, you will end up getting the breath, birth, and the knowledge from Mars for the 2 snakes. 5 inverts to a 2, 6 inverts to a 9. So you cannot have 52 and you cannot have 69, but you could, but they're opposites in this situation. The 2 is like the 5, the 6 is like the 9. The 6 and 2 represents the house of 20. So you will see you have to flip these cubes over to see the difference from an alternative viewpoint. So if you create a block area and look at it, we have to understand where we are in this block area. This is all about bringing, okay, an understanding that this house and these algorithms are what are telling these stories. And I look back and say, no way. That's like too real that the moon is 2,160 miles in diameter, that it's 3 times 720, which is half a day, which is 1 tetrahedron, which is 2 times 360. That 5 and 3 come together, the letters E and C. Why 5 and 3? Why not 50 and 30? And this is where the snake comes in, because the snake is 50. So it could be 50, or maybe the 2 snakes will be 100%. That if I had 2 snakes and a 3, I would actually have 100% of time. See, 100% of time is 60 seconds. See, 1 snake only gave me 30 seconds, but 2 snakes gave me 60 seconds. Right? How did 2 snakes give me 60 seconds? Well, 50 and 50 is 100, and 100% of what is 30 seconds will be now 60 seconds. So the snake can also break up and create the separation of your creation, or the separation between the left and the right hemisphere. Number 12, number 18, 1.5 times the difference. Did this snake come out on the 50-yard line? I don't know. I really don't know. Don't ask me. Just hanging out. And you do know when the snake coils, I have a 4-inch pen and I have a coiled up 4-inch snake, except when I extend my snake, I have it 3 times the distance of my pen. Run that snake for the entire leap year, up and down the spine for the entire year. How you doing, eh? Good buddy? Just give me a second here. So we're still 8. Where's my water? Just hold on a second. No, here, let me put this over here. Yeah, I wasn't going to be here long. I'm going to try and save some of the stuff. But what I do want to do is explain this one more time. Is we're here is where 13 divides by 999,999. It shows me an algorithm, okay, of where number 1 position, 3, 4, 9, and 10 all show the same 6 numbers. It shows me position 2, 5, 6, 7, and 8, okay, and 11 all show me the same numbers. This will be designed as 1, 4, 7, and 10 are all going to be cardinal signs. 2, 5, 8, 11 will all be fixed signs. 3, 6, 9, 12 will all be mutable signs. The thing is, we have 13 inside of here. When we go again, we're putting the next sign over here. This 13 sign becomes a cardinal sign, and the original 1 over here becomes in the fixed position when we start to rotate again, even if they're not. Otherwise, it becomes a mix for what ends over here as the mutable sign and what re-begins over here, okay, is the cardinal sign. That if I took this and expanded and completed it with you would be the completion between the cardinal sign and the mutable sign, and your reflection would all be in the fixed signs. The fixed signs of 13 would now reflect what is the completion over here of yourself. And notice there's 7 positions here. You're that 8th. But only a 7, there's 20. So this is just one of my perceptions that I can do. The other thing I want to explain is that the thing about this is the 3 and 4 are the same numbers. When you're calculating by 13, the 3 and 4 are the same numbers, and the 9 and the 10 are the same numbers. This is the reflection. It's perfect. They have to be the same numbers. 11866 Does anybody know this number? So if somebody wants to call this number, I won't pick it up. 11866. I mean, like, so 11. So again, when we add this up, 1, 3, and 4 is 8, and then 9 is 17, and then 10 is 27. Okay, 39. And then what we add up over here is 2, 5, 6, 7, and 8 is 26, 28, 38, 39. It equals to both 39, 39. 39, 39, 78. 39 is the angel. 3 the bottom, 9 at the top. The lower world is 1/3 the upper world. The cycles are 1, 3, 1, 3, 1, but the movement and rotation is 3, 6, and 9 inside the quarter houses, meaning the quarter houses run by the 15 minutes. Okay. The house of 90, which a perfection is 9, like a strike 9 tournament, right? That's your perfection, because it's that will connect all the 10s up. Wow, I just lost my space now again. Sorry about that. I just added on something else. Yeah, it's 39 and 39. 39 is angel, 39 outs. Okay, when you come into the 7th inning stretch, and when you come into the 7th inning stretch, you know where else you are? Angels in the outfield. Yes, because there's 39 outs in the 7th inning stretch, and you're at the 13th zodiac sign. Angels in the outfield. Why? We connect at 6 and 6. Connecting at 6 and 6 and spreading them apart makes us the 0.5 between the two sides. It makes it 6.5 equaling 11. In the 7th inning, we equal to connecting to 6 and 6 by crossing over each side. We cross over into the other side with 6. Just like when you look at this calculator, after 4, you jump over 5 into 6. So that's the other side. You ever see 9 and 6 equals to 15, 7 and 8 equals to 15? The power of the heavens, the Christ, the Vatican doors into the birth, your rotation for the breath, coming into the half-life ABC. Your quarter house is run by 8. Your house of third of birth runs by 8. Your tetrahedron runs by 8. Three by 8 equals to 24. 3 plus 8 equals to 11. 4 by 6 equals to 24. 4 plus 6 equals to 10. 34, 35. 7 and 8 come together. This is where the power comes together between the two. Remember, 3 and 4 come together, where 2 times 4, 2 plus 4 create 8 and 6. This is where that 7th gate divides. Joins right over here. This one is going to connect up to the moon, the oceans and the moon. It's going to bring your birth into the divided house. It's the same gateway. Here is a halfway area. Remember, counting by ones is a halfway. You need to skip by twos. 3, 5, 7, 9. This one over here, okay, and this one over here will end up looking like this. I need to create, when you're connecting the upper numerics with the lower numerics or area space, the numerics will just be location and explanation, what goes along with location. So when you're looking at the number 35, which is actually the heart of the cube, one of the things about pi is it's because it's between the 3.0 and the 3.5 on one side and all the way around the circumference of the heart of that cube between the corridor of 3 and 4 where Earth and Mars reside. And pending on whether or not, if we have to use the Earth Mars, we might be running on a angle like this, 120 degrees by 3 for 360. Or what is the 90 times 4 equals to the 360. See the 3, the 3, the 3, the 4, the 4, both into the 360, both running the same corridor. All I'm missing is 30 over here. I just got flagged for that. My live, okay, I need help from everybody in here right now. We're 5 of us. I'm going to put out a survey. Okay, you all have to answer what you think. Does anybody think in the entire time that you were here at any point that I have deceived anybody, that I've lied to somebody, that I have shown personal content to anybody? This is not personal content. This is game science, where everything that you can find at Walmart and Toys R Us, something you can find online, words ABCs that show up in the dictionary. This is all I'm regurgitating. So I'm going to put up that right now because we need this for our algorithm. We're already way, way, way behind. Please, it's very important, I believe, for us. I mean, it's stop being shy and let's do it. Everybody and this is the question, have I done anything wrong that you notice? Have I been wrong about anything? I need to see at least 3 out of 5. We have to do this. Can I like myself here? It's not letting me like myself. Okay, so I'm not sure how many. I know. Okay, no, but can you click that happy face up there or something? We need to do at least 2 happy faces because they keep doing this to me. Do you know, like I said, yesterday was like one of my only lives where I tried to choose my words specially. Okay, I'm going to put the crybaby face. And I put the crybaby. Yes, yesterday was one of my rare lives where it went from like 4 people all the way up to 50 people. Right? It was very, very rare and with no flags. Okay, we got 1. Wow. Okay, 1 is good. 1 is good because 1 is like 5. So if we don't get any more, we're good. We're good. We're good at 1. We're good at 1. Now, can we get 1 on the other side to make it even? I wanted to make it even. 1, 1, you know? Give him the benefit of the doubt. I got to have a talk with AI. Okay, there's somebody listening to us. This is for sure. We're going to take a walk around. Okay. It's Thursday today. I got a bunch of things to do. I got to get out to the shopping center. Oh my God. Just for a little bit. I'm washing my car. I got to clean the car. It's just, I just have so many things to put together. No, I've never put the dogs in my car. And when I got the car, I said, I'm never going to make it dirty. No, Ma, I'm never going to make it dirty. I do too many things at the same time. My mother thinks I do too many things at the same time. Old Mother Hubbard. I think we should listen to that. Can you put on the nursery rhyme, Old Mother Hubbard? Can you put on the nursery rhyme, Old Mother Hubbard? Can you put on the nursery rhyme, Old Mother Hubbard? Can you put on the nursery rhyme, Old Mother Hubbard? Put it on! I don't care what you said. Put it on. Oh, no, I want to see an old one. Oh, no, I want to see an old one. I got to go somewhere else. And it was Miss Mother Hubbard because it was the Hubbard telescope that was in outer space. And what was in the free space of the cupboard, that the cupboard was bare. So is it the bear of the constellation? Was it the three little bears? And were there pots and pans in the oven representing another association of the constellations? Because the soup is too hot and the soup is too cold and this is too much and this ain't enough and the bed is too big and the bed is too small and it's too cold and it's too small and it's too big. Medium. We want a blue point. So we have to understand all the differences and the words they use, the number of letters in each word, the odds and the even letters of each word. And do not think that 1 and 2 is an odd and an even, that 1 and 2 are both in the 10 position, that 1 and 2 are both in the first position, that I start from the left to the right, and you start from the right to the left. And when we do that, we both meet on each side of center C at the 23 and 28 chromosomes, even to 51, equaling to the THER 51. Could be in the mother, could be in the father, could be in the brother, the mother, the father, the brother, but not in the sister, the trans LGBT sister. The diffusion between the moons, where the X and X create O within. Do you follow what I'm saying? When you put two X's together, it creates the O between. When you extend each side of the two X's, you create the O in between. And when you create above like below, you create this. See the way our 6-9 comes in between over here? XOX, 48 and 15 equals to 63. That's our base creation. Your base creation, when 1 goes into 2, creating 3, then you need to create trinity, so you need 2 times the value here. This one is 2 times the value, but when we come through the corridor, we will run 4 and 6. 3 and 6 is within the house. 4 and 6 connects up the house, equaling to all 10s are connecting up the house. They are the polar of each other. Not the polar on the cube, but now polar on the face, where 6 and 4 are identical twins. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. This one joins everything together over here. So I'm not sure where I was with this. Oh, yes. What is Area 51? It's the same area alike 59. The snake comes in at 50. Remember, this 0 or donut all around the 5. 9 and 5, 14. 1 and 5, 6. They're all fire signs. The 5 connects over here. When they connect the fire sign, they connect to the 2 air signs. It's like, whoop, Alpha Omega, I'm going to jump over it just to get to my air sign, or do we travel through the fire sign? Or is it because of the fire we end up with the air? This is the only, if we want to connect more of our signs, they're all straight, easily found. When you connect Cancer to Scorpio, when you connect Taurus over to Virgo. So what's up over here? Well, follow the 4, right? 9, what's over here? Right next to 9, that's right. It's 10. There's your Capricorn next to your Sagittarius, but not in this house, in the next house. But they can combine the 2 houses. 1 and 9 equals to 10. Do you see the association? Do you understand how these connect together? This side is not like this side. When I say 79, they're not the same. If I put in, like, right, do you understand what I'm saying in this? Do you know that the 7 and the 9, if you look at your phone, PQRS. When you look at the 9, right, WXYZ. Okay, I got to make a phone call in a minute. PQRS, WXYZ. Let me make this phone call. I'll be back in a second. Okay. So this is what I'm going to jump to right now. So we see how all this works. 3 is always the corridor. This part over here is going to be where the C and H letter comes in. This part is going to be cat, and this part, we have the cat in both houses. When you see an 8, it's going to represent the dog. When you see a 6, it represents the cat. But 8 could represent all the 8s. 1 and 7, 2 and 6, 3 and 5, 4 and 4. And 6 will represent all the 6s. 1 and 5, 2 and 4, 3 and 3. 3 and 3 and 4 and 4. 2 and 5 and 4 and 2. And 3 and 5 and 4 and 2. And 2 and 6 and 5 and 1. They're all reflections of each other, or all opposites when you have them on 2 cubes. So this is the part I want to do. So you understand also that with the Mayan, every single one of these has 6 numbers. Every single one equals to 27. One day, right, when you end that cycle and the moon came in, the 28th and 29th day appear. When you calculate 9 and 8, it's after number 7. So your 9 and 8 becomes on the first rung. Otherwise, it's 0. Everything below 7 will equate this to a 0. There's no decimals in it. When you look here, it becomes your 741, your 852. There is no 369 because it takes 1 and 2 to create 3. It takes 4 and 5 to create 9. This is your sunshine 9. It takes your 7 and 8, your gateway, passageway, electric company, and waterworks that come through the Vatican gates, down through Elon Musk and Jacob's ladder, in through to create the 6 of your birth for the 1 touchdown 7, equating to what is Uranus over to Saturn. Sorry, what is equating your birth over to your birth Sagittarius over to Cancer. The difference is 5, Leo. The difference is 5. Moving the difference of 5 moves you up from where you were a fire sign to now you are an earth sign. To where you are an earth sign to where you are a fire sign. To where you are, where you are an air sign to where you are a water sign. To where you are an earth sign to where you are an air sign. So let's do this again. Here, this is air and this is water. This over here is air and this is earth. When I connect 8 and 5, 13, I connect water. Did I get that right? Water over to, over to fire. Water over to fire to earth. So I got earth, fire, and then I have water, fire. And 28 days to the 28 days cycle of the 4 weeks, the 7 days, or what is 3 by 28 for 84, or 4 by 21, which is the cubic cycle in our Trinity creation, in our base creation. So let me just show you this one piece now, what I am working on. I want to do this together. Let me have a glass of water here. Wow. Okay, yeah, I got a bunch of things to do. Okay. For someone that does nothing, like my mother says, I keep pretty busy and I keep smiling, I got a certain tempo. You know what I'm saying? So we have, oh my God, did I make a mistake? 851. Okay. 851 3. Okay. So I'm going to show you this. We're going to do this together. And then that's going to be it for now. I'll start early, get everything done early. I needed 4 hours. Now I got only 2. So, so let's take this here. Here, let's see if I got this. Let's see what we got here. So let's see if you can see. Somebody has to let me know that you can see clearly. I can see clearly now, So can you see 4, 5, 1, 3, 2, 6, 4, 9, 7, 3, 2. So when we do this, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, we don't have an 8 here. Something's wrong. Something is wrong. Oh, yes, we have an 8 here. Sorry. So we have 1 through 8. But this book over here shows me, look what the book shows me. Okay, this is the answer, by the way. What I'm doing, you want a screenshot to see it? Does anybody want a screenshot and you'll see what I'm doing? You'll follow me if you want. You can print it out, put it on the side. Anybody want a screenshot? Okay, I'm taking it away in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so now the next row, is going to be 7, 3,
2, 1, 9, 4, 6. I should use a different color, eh? Okay, where am I? Can you still see? Yes. 9, 4, 6. Okay, 5, 8, 4, 6, 9, 8, 5, 7. I'm just going to do the first one just to show you where it is. 2, 3, 1. Okay, so now let's go over this. 1, 2, 3. Let's see what we can do with this. Let's see what we can do with this. We can go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7, 8, and then we have 9 over here. And then we got 1, 2, 3, and then we have. Oh no, that's not 4 and 5. No. We have 4, 4 and 5, and 6. Oh, and we have 4, 5, 6, and then we have 7 over here, right? We have 8 over here. We have 9 over here, and here we have 1. Okay, I can't get the 2. We have 2, 3. I can't get to the 4. The 4 can get to the 5. The 5 can get to the 6. The 7, 8, and 9 can come together. So you see that each one of them had 9. Now let's go again. Let's look at this. Let's look to see if there's any numbers. We have 1. We have 2. We have 3. We have 4. We have 5. We have 6. So let's do it in an area I haven't done it yet. Let's go on a new grid. You want to see how it's done? I can shift this entire grid by just one simple math formula. This whole grid shifts. Now I want to see page 8. That's page 8. So I want to do page 9 because it's easy to see, right? This is page 9, grill 7. So we can see, you want to take a picture of it. Hold on a second. Hold on. Let me see what it is. Yes, that's the one. Grill 7, page 9. See the answers? You know what Sudoku is? Every single line goes evenly, right? And not only is that, it also shows you that 4 and 6 is 10, 1 and 4 is 4, 9. So they're showing you all kinds of different stories. But before we go on with this, is what I'm going to do is I'm going to create all the numbers. And should I create it with what? What can I use? Let me see if I can do this properly so we can connect it after. Okay, let's see if we can do this. So, okay. This would become 27814, 27814. I can't read that number now. 278149. 278149. 278149. 365. Let's see if I got that right. Yes. And then we're going to go 6, 8, 1, 9, 3, 6, 7, 2, 5. And then we're going to go 4, 9, 7, 8, 1, 2, 5, 6, 3. And then we're going to go 3, 5, 4. Let me see. Are you able to see me doing this? Let me see. Can you see me doing this? Where am I now? Where did I get to? Okay, right here, 672. Right, 672. Hold on a second. Okay, okay, I'm here. Okay, hold on a second. 672. Okay, so 354 628 719. Then we go 935276841 563697182. Then over here, you know what? And I should have did this, you know. You know, like. So, yeah, so let me, okay, so where am I? Okay, I had the 354, the 963. Okay, I had that. So now he's going to do the last line. I'm going to go 6 1. 9 is good. 7 3, right? 7 7 3 5 8 2 4 4 7 2 1 5 8 3 9 6 2 8 1. Whoa, that's, hold on a second. Five, 6, 5 6 3 9 4. Funny the way the 4 can be done off the 2A as the 7th gate, and this becomes 7. So now what we're going to do is we're going to check it out. We have to look for number 1. 1. Okay, now this is where I'm a little confused over here. See, does it match inside this box? What happened over here? This became 2. Okay, here's a 1. Hold on. Here's a 1, here's a 2. So here's a 1. So these 1 and 1, you can see these 1 and 1 over here. So it's allowed to match. But each one of these rows going down here, okay, are all going to be 1, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, each one. So we're going to check it out. 2, 1, 3, 6, 9, 7, 4, 8, 5, right? 1, 2, 3, 6, 9, 7, 4, 8, 5. We did all of them. Then here it's 7, 4, 5, 8, 3, 2, 9, 1, 6. And then over here, it's 3, 6, 7, 9, 2, 8, 5, 6. Hold on a second. What is going on over here? What is going on over here? This one over here is a 3, 6, 7, 9, 2, 8, 5. This is a 4. So this is a 4. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So we're going to go here, right? We have 1, 2, 5. So we have 1, 2, 5. Then we have 3, 7, 4. And then we have 6, 9, 8. So if you can see this over here, it's perfect. So We have 1, we have 2, we have 3, we have 4, we have 5, we have 6, we have 7, we have 8, we have 9. Perfect. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And we did them all. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5. Nine, 8. Wait, why 2 9s? There's got to be a mistake here. 9, 6, 2, 9, 6. Okay, this one over here is wrong. This is a 4. See, when it's a 2, it becomes a 4. So if you want to do another one, you see the 2 over here in the corner, be a 4 over here. The 2 over here will be a 4 over here. The 2 over here is a 4 over here. The 2 over here is a 4 over here. So if I went to connect all my 4s, I can go ahead and create a piece of artwork to connect all my 4s. So this is where, yeah, so now that I finished that, so now you can see through this piece of numeric manipulation where I can shift everything by just multiplying and adding to a single digit. So you can use 2, 4, and 4. When you use 3, this is when it's very interesting. Very interesting at 3. Why? Remember, from this side, 1, 2, 3 areas from this side. Let me show you something about pi. 1, 2, 3 areas and the 4th. 1, 2, 3 area. 1, 2, 3 areas in the 4th. 3 areas in the 4th, 3 areas in the 4th, all the way around. When you do that, 1 over to 8 is 9, 4 over to 9 is 13, 1 and 3 is 4. 7 over to 6, 13, 1 and 3 is 4. 8 over to 3, 11. 9 over to 2, 11. 6 over to 1, 7. 3 over to 4, 7. This is the movement of the Silver Spirit Knight. I also like to call it the Silver Surfer. You'll find this in the programmation of Matrix Reboot. Okay, what middle, bottom, wrong? Also explain that. So it has gone 2, 4. What is like the, okay, I'm a little, oh my God, I'm not keeping up. Hebrew isn't easy. So yeah, so I showed you how we did that, and I'm not really sure what I missed out on not bringing up today, but this is coming to an end. So I can finish off this day. I was only supposed to, I didn't even want to come on here like today. I had to take my 24-hour off. I had to sit in the bath. Even I have to do things I normally don't do, think of doing that others do, and why they do it in order to comprehend more about the mind, body, and soul, the mother, the mothership, the old Mother Hubbard, right? The old Mother Hubbard. I don't have any old ones, but let's play. We're playing Old Mother Hubbard, not my song. AI, I share everything I do with you. Check my honesty. AI, I give you the permission to check out who Mr. Tackpans is, what Mr. Tackpans does. I am 100% legal. I'm regurgitating. What I am regurgitating is history. That's it. I'm just using the mathematics to tell you about history through math, just telling the stories that are in between that are not real, only as real as you believe they are. Okay? These are the true stories. Like I'm telling you the real true stories of where there is no mistake.
So the poor dog had none. She went to the baker's to buy him some bread. When she came back, the dog was dead. She went to the undertaker's to buy him a coffin. When she came back, the dog was laughing. She took a clean dish to get...
Okay, I'm not doing that. I'm not prepared for it. We'll just end it here. Peace and love. Thank you very much. Got a bunch of things to do. If you can help and support the channel, some of these books will do. These pens that I really like. But if you want to make it easier, I have a PayPal link. And another way to support the channel is just share these lives with others. Take notes if you think there's something in it, something you want to look for in numbers, an algorithm you've seen. Maybe we can see it somewhere else, see what's going on, or a word like the word topic, right? Pick a topic. It could be a word subscribe, things that are out there, save, share, just basic things. Create, when it says create, it shows the plus sign. It shows the bell sign telling you ding dong, ding dong. So what now? What is bell? 2355, 2355. BE, okay, is 25. LL is 33. So earth communication by the breath. Ring my bell. Thank you for watching this video.